So greetings from the garden. I'm Jessica Byerly, and my capstone project is called Growing Wellness, Community Gardening as a Solution for Mental Health and Food Accessibility. I decided to focus on gardening and mental health and food accessibility because it's a very personal subject for me. Because I have had a real impact with that subject of mine for more than a year. I work full-time, study full-time for UNCG. I have a family, I have career tasks, and I sought a healthier coping strategy in order to maintain mental health and to take care of my family. So this spring, I set up my home garden here behind me here, not merely as an occupation, but as an attempt to cautiously take care of my mental health. And what I learned, however, when I was in the dirt and tending to my plants and starting my seeds and building with my hands, after long hours, soon became one of the most soothing, curative aspects of my life. That experience has been a very personal experience and has moved me, and one I hope to explore a little broader. Sometimes. Now, how can garden be utilized not only as a mental health resource, but as a tool to increase access to affordable, healthy food within communities? My project explores community gardening potential as a solution to two real-world problems. First, we have the increasing mental health crisis that many people grapple with from stress, burnout, anxiety, and social isolation. Secondly, food insecurity and lack of access to fresh food, affordable produce in many communities. In my research, I discovered convincing evidence that gardening positively contributes to mental health through stress reduction, diminishing symptoms of anxiety and depression, mindfulness, physical activity, and social connectivityness. Meanwhile, community and private gardens can serve as a way to access fresh fruits and vegetables to families who might not otherwise have a convenient or inexpensive way to receive food. My research found three big themes that help drive this project. Theme 1, gardening improves mental health. Research indicates consistently that gardening lowers cortisol levels and lifts mood and improves emotional health. Gardening is a meditation through action and repetition, and the repeated hands-on approach to the act of gardening produces a meditative effect and helps many people regulate stress and anxious moods. Theme 2, gardening builds community, just like these two orange cats. Community gardens also encourage social participation, cooperation, and support systems. They build places to spend time, connecting with neighbors, sharing resources, and working together. And theme 3, gardening increases food accessibility. Community gardens, such as small local growers, can also be an inexpensive or no-cost source for produce in low-income areas. Teach people how to grow their own food with sustainable methods. Now, connecting this to the course, a number of BPS core courses directly informed the construction of this project. Systems thinking, for example, gave me a glimpse that food insecurity and mental health are not standalone issues. They are plugged into a wider system which includes economics, health, education, and neighborhood infrastructure. In this class, I learned to access root causes as well as symptoms. Design thinking informed my decision to approach this as a human project. Rather than asking what I thought communities needed, I tried to understand the lived experience of people living with food insecurity, stress, and the lack of access to wellness providers. And data research, media literacy. I also did research and media literacy classwork, which allowed me to connect, analyze, synthesize reliable academic sources that informed my conclusions. It boosted my skill to discern between evidence-based facts and hearsay and made my project be supported by academic research. Now, the solution. As a result, the real-world fix I designed throughout this project is to be used firstly in my life. If my garden yields this season, I'll have a small farm stand in my local area. I've been accepted into my local farmers market. And after graduation, I plan to offer locally grown fresh produce to my community at affordable prices. I want to sell things, but not just vegetables. I hope to provide a small scale, a model of what affordable local food systems may look like while also encouraging others to view gardening as a tool for wellness and stability. Over the long haul, I hope that this can grow from the more something more substantial, whether it's growing production, educating locals about home gardening, or working with local organizations to broaden access to fresh food and the community. With reflection, what started off as a simple attempt to lift my own mental health has become more deeper and even more meaningful. By working on this project, I was able to link my academic research with my life and have an educated and be educated, and education be highly practical and personal and meaningful. It provided me with lots of time of spending countless evenings after work in my garden, become more of a routine.